fire ripped through the building, China Grove Missionary Baptist Church lost their place of worship.
But thanks to a Ruston church, the congregations came together under one roof for a worship service. NBC 10's Maya Hudgens went to the service and talked to both pastors about what it was like.
It's been 4 days since China Grove Missionary Baptist Church watched their building burn to the ground. And it's the first Sunday the congregation can't worship in their own church.
The overwhelming response shows that, hey, the love of Christ still exists.
Multiple pastors in the Ruston community have offered up their support. Mount Harmony Missionary Baptist Church opened their doors to Pastor Wilson in China Grove so they could have a place to worship on the Lord's Day.
So it is important for us that if we are going to be believers, if we're going to be Christian disciples, it is our job to not only say that we are the church, but to be the church that God has called for us to be.
China Grove Baptist Church is living by a motto. The church is not a building, but the people inside.
Realizing that we might have lost the structure, but the people inside that building are what make up the church. When God comes back for his people, he's coming back for not the building, but the people.
But I need to remind you of a few things. The building may be gone, but you're still here. The church is still on fire.
And the sermon brought a reminder to trust God as he is in control.
You find yourself looking at your situation, looking at your problem, rather than looking at your God.
To have two churches come together under one roof to serve one God, I'm excited about what God is going to do today.
Pastor Wilson says instead of looking back on what happened, they're looking forward to see how God plans to use them and their building.
God has just been setting the scene and setting the foundation for the fact that there's going to be a rebirth and a rebuilding process with China Grove, and we have to be prepared for it.
In Ruston, Maya Hudgens, NBC 10, your local news leader.
China Grove also had a Christmas celebration yesterday afternoon. New Hope Baptist Church in Ruston opened its doors so that the service could still happen.
Monroe police are looking for a man accused of trying to kill someone. They're hoping you can help them find this man, 48-year-old Anthony Willis. He's wanted for attempted second-degree murder and aggravated battery. Police, though, haven't given specifics. If anyone knows where he is, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. You can earn up to $2 grand if your tip leads to an arrest or an indictment. And the city of New Orleans is operating offline after a cyber attack. That ransomware attack comes just weeks after a similar attack caused the state agencies to shut down. The city's IT department says it first noticed suspicious activity early Friday morning, but Mayor LaToya Cantrell says so far the city is not aware of any ransom being demanded. She also says that she doesn't believe any city information has been compromised. Right now, computers are powered down, but emergency services have not been impacted, and police and fire personnel are using radios to communicate.
Taking precautionary steps is something that our administration did and continues to do, but also as it speaks to consolidating our systems into one, as we talked about the electronic reporting system, for example, when you heard from our CFO on yesterday about our data lives on a cloud. So that is not compromised at all.
The city's director of Homeland Security says past disasters have prepared New Orleans to operate offline.
LSU's quarterback Joe Burrow took home the Heisman Trophy Saturday. Burrow led the Tigers to an undefeated season and a #1 ranking in the college football playoff. The senior is the first LSU Tiger to win the Heisman in 60 years. The last winner from LSU was running back Billy Cannon in 1959. Burrow led the nation with 48 touchdown passes and set an NCAA record in completion percentage of 77.9. Burrow was also the first player in SEC history to throw more than 4,000 yards and 40 touchdown passes in a single season.
Mississippi's governor says he will ask the Supreme Court to uphold Mississippi's ban on abortion at 15 weeks. Republican Governor Phil Bryant made the announcement on Twitter saying, "We will sustain our efforts to fight for America's unborn children." On Friday, a federal appeals court ruled that the abortion ban was unconstitutional, but Mississippi leaders are hoping that the Supreme Court will overturn its 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling. Now, the Center for Reproductive Rights, which represents the abortion clinic involved in the case, says Mississippi is wasting its money trying to ban abortion.
On to some Arkansas news now. Authorities have released the surveillance footage showing what police called the ambush and execution of an Arkansas police officer. A series of videos posted on Facebook by the Washington County Sheriff's Office showed what happened outside the Fayetteville police station earlier this month. 27-year-old Stephen Carr was sitting outside the station in his patrol car when he was gunned down. The videos show London T. Phillips, the suspect, approaching Officer Carr's police vehicle, which was facing the building with the headlights on. He fires several rounds into the vehicle before walking away, still firing his weapon. Preliminary autopsy findings show Officer Carr was shot 10 times in the head. Phillips was later killed in a confrontation with police. Authorities say they reluctantly released the surveillance videos in an effort to keep the public informed of what exactly happened. And NBC 10 is proud to open our nominations to find the remarkable women of the Arklamiss.
Now throughout December 31st, you can go to our website, myarklamiss.com, and nominate the remarkable women in your life. We want to celebrate local women that inspire, lead, and make a difference in your life. The local women announced as our, quote, remarkable woman will be considered for the nationwide 2020 Remarkable Woman of the Year Award. Nominate your remarkable woman on myarklamiss.com.
Now, your local weather.